Hey everyone, tonight I wanted to speak to you about a great experience I've had with a client, a leader, a middle manager. I don't like using that term, but I guess it's the quickest way to describe where someone sits in the management or leadership structure of an organization. So she'd been with the company for some time and felt like she'd achieved everything she wanted to in that role, and she really wanted to stretch herself and push her comfort zone. And get an advancement in the organisation and become a senior leader. So she knew intuitively, because she'd seen other people promoted and into more senior positions, and she knew intuitively what she needed to do, which was to start speaking up, be heard, be seen, and be an active contributor in the organisation, especially when she was in a room with a great opportunity where there were executive directors, CEO, to be able to share her ideas and be seen and be heard, and be really present and making a contribution. And, you know, she was certainly a good speaker, but what she found was in those situations where middle managers, leaders were asked for their ideas, she would have these great ideas and she'd want to share them. But what would happen is, as soon as she'd think of the idea and then she'd go to share the idea in that forum, she would pause, and what would happen is she would become overwhelmed with feelings of self-doubt, anxiety, and in a moment, in 5 seconds, she would talk herself out of sharing that idea. And that happened on numerous occasions, and she would walk out of those meetings and feel like she'd missed an opportunity, and then she would proceed to beat herself up for not being able to speak up, and she just couldn't work out why this was happening. So we did some amazing work together and started to unpack what was happening for her in those moments. And we were able to walk through her experience, which was that exact event that I just described, which was a complete overwhelm with her feelings. And then she would talk herself out of speaking up. So the work we did together was really around some strategies she could use in those moments, those small moments, but really important moments that when they add up, help you to achieve your goal. So whatever that is. So she was able to engage the 5-second strategy, 5-second rule. Some clients I talk about take command right now, go. And that's an opportunity to interrupt that habitual that habitual circumstance that can happen where you have your feelings and you listen to them, that you let them overwhelm you and you don't do what you wanted to do. So the 5-second rule, or the take command right now, go, is a strategy that we used to interrupt those feelings. So when she had the opportunity to speak up, she could feel those feelings bubbling up again, and she knew she had a really small moment of time, which is a 5-second window before your feelings overwhelm your thinking and you don't act. So she did 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in that meeting when she had a great idea, didn't let her feelings overwhelm her, and she acted and she spoke up and she shared her ideas, and those ideas were embraced. And she did that a few times, and she's ended up having some advancement in her career, which is fantastic. But the great thing for this client was she made that connection between the number of times she's wanted to do some things in her life, but she's become overwhelmed with her feelings. And this really simple strategy has been something that's helped her to short circuit those feelings overwhelming her. And as a result, she's got a different outcome. So it's pretty cool. Thanks, guys. Cheers.